Counselor, that should be mandatory in every municipality. The people should have the first and last say. You know, these cops are not working independently of the public. They're here to serve and protect the public. And what do they have to hide? They're here to work for us. They're making top dollar. You know what I mean? And we've got to get into that, because when you really look at the numbers, that's where we're losing the most of our tax revenue. These salaries where police officers get to retire as millionaires because they're able to work the system. You know, I believe that we got to pay them well, but we can't leave our homes and our businesses to take care of police officers.
Right.
We can't. That's something that has to be revamped, and we've got to have a oversight review board, because people have gotten full of themselves over the years. And it's our fault, because we have the last say. They're doing it because we allow it to happen.
Yes, sir.
Right.
George.
I want George.
I'm well, thank you.
Movie star.
That's why they don't like it.
The corridor came together because during an express issue with us being marginalized. We have not gotten our fair share of a lot of things.
Yes, please.
So what we're looking for is a commitment from the next county executive to pay more attention to the corridor, to meet and agree to meet with the people in the corridor minimally once a month, and that would include the county executive and deputy county executive. What's your feeling on that?
You can't go wrong like that. You know, I was laughed at in the White House when myself and hundreds of mayors from around the country were together. Mayor, my good friend from New Orleans, Mayor Landau, made a joke about, I'm the only mayor that he knows of in the country that gave his cell phone number to every single resident. It's because I understand I'm a public servant. My job is to serve. And if people really don't want to do this, they shouldn't be volunteering for this job, because no one made me come and want to run for this. I'm good at getting the job done, and you can't do a better job than working with the people, because it's really about what they want. You know, if you want me to go food shopping for you, I got to know what you like to eat. You know, if you don't eat pork and I come back with all this bacon and ham hocks and everything else, and pig, I mean, you're not a happy person.
I'm betting Mr. Mangano don't know what a ham hock is.
You know, so my whole thing is, I understand our ills, but I understand also that it's better to be with the people and let the people have to say. And that's what I did in Freeport. I let the people have to say. You know, during this last election in Freeport, no mayor has ever gotten that number of votes before. So, though it was stolen, I still left with the highest number of votes ever gotten. And I'm proud of that. But I'm also proud of the fact that you look at the economic development around Freeport. It's something that a Freeport resident can be proud of. I had no idea that people were so Google Gaga crazy about IHOP. You got to have a reservation to get in that place. You know, but these are simple things that we do. You go out and you test the people. Another one was Taco Bell. My God, if they stay open until midnight, it's like they can't stay open late enough. But it's about satisfying the public. You know, there are so many jewels that have become eyesores around Nassau County that could really be turned back into positive assets that not only will get back on the tax rolls, good for us, but we need jobs. And we need lots of them. And these kinds of things are not happening in Nassau County because the people that are in charge are not middle-class people. They don't have these same ills. They don't have the same problems. They don't know what it is to live from paycheck to paycheck.
Sister Annette?
Well, this is an issue that's near and dear to your heart, I'm sure, and my heart. If you're elected county executive, what would you do to revamp the Nassau County Board of Elections so that everybody that has the ability, the skill, and the will to vote has an opportunity to do so without barriers, without voter suppression, without voter dilution? Since we all know that dead people
You know, and this is something we gotta really keep moving around our community, because only in our community would people even attempt to do this. You hear what I'm saying? Only in our community, because one, they don't respect us, and two, they don't think that we're bright enough to catch them. But you know, we have evidence that people voted that were not alive for many years. It's not like they've just passed away in a few days. They were dead for many years. We also have evidence from the Board of Elections when we were allowed, after impounding the machines and the voter log rosters. The judge allowed us 4 hours to go over into the Board of Election and to inspect the machines and the records. When we were there, we found more than 304 illegal votes on the machines that we were allowed to look at. Out of 29 machines, we got to look at 10.
Wow.
On the 10 that we looked at, 304 illegal votes were there. Why were they illegal? Because you have to do what to vote? You got to
Be
sign
alive.
in.
Oh.
There was no signatures for those votes.
Wow.
But you got to remember, we never saw the other 19 machines. So we know the people voted that died, that were dead. We know that people voted that didn't have a real address. When they went to check the addresses, these addresses didn't even exist. And then we had people that were voting from a home they didn't reside in. Ever. And the same thing happened in Hempstead. So my whole thing is this.
The
People are
Democrats
running the
did
game on our community because they feel that they can. Again, we have the power to stop it all. So my answer to you with respect to the Board of Elections, it's got to be cleaned out completely.
Absolutely.
We have to set up a system so that regardless as to what the election is, we want a full tally run by the Board of Elections in such a way that no one can play with the votes.
That's right.
We have to come up with a system that protects our vote. Too many people have died for that right.
That's right.
And especially from the African American community. We've suffered the most, so that everyone after us would have the right. And we ought to be the ones to protect it.
That's right.
Dennis.